Hello and welcome to the video lecture on parameter passing techniques in C programming. Now there are two ways in which the parameters are passed to the called function. The first one is called as a call by value and the second is called as a call by reference. So in call by value, it is basically a default method for passing the arguments to the function, and it works by sending the copy of a data rather than the data itself, which ensures that the original variables will remain protected from these changes. Now in this video we are going to focus on call by value method. Now basically there are two types of parameters. One is called as actual parameters and another is called as a formal parameter. The actual parameters are the parameters which are passed in the main program. That means when we call the function, the parameter which are passed are called as an actual parameter. And the second one is a formal parameters. These are the parameters which are defined in the function definition. So in this case the actual parameters will remain unchanged, and only the formal parameters will be changed inside the function. Now in the parameter passing method, the actual value of the argument is copied into the function's formal parameter, and the function basically works on that local or the formal parameter. Now whatever changes which are made inside the function to the formal parameter do not affect the original variable in the calling code. Now these are the key characteristics for call by value method. First one is a data protection. So just now I have told you that as the function works with a copy of a data, the original data remains protected from the changes. Second one is a memory isolation. The actual and the formal parameters are stored in a separate memory locations because they occupy the different addresses. So the operations which are performed in the function, they do not interact with the caller's memory. Third is a data integrity. Whatever are the modifications made to the parameter, that is a formal parameter inside the function, do not affect the original value in the calling function. And the efficiency. Actually, this call by value method is efficient for simple types of data, like when you want to work with an integer data type. In that case, it will be proved more efficient as compared to the second method, that is a pass by reference. Now let us understand this with the help of one example. What will happen is initially num is equal to 2. Now when we call the function add num, so num value is 2, so that 2 is called as actual parameter. When this function is called, that actual parameter will be copied into the formal parameter, which is n in this case. So in this case my n becomes 2. Now inside the function the value of the n gets modified, that is n is equal to n plus 10. That means the new value of n will become 12, and again inside the function I am going to print the value of n. But remember that in this case I have not returned this value, and therefore the first, that is the value of num before calling the function, is 2 only. Inside the function that value will be given to the n, it is modified and it is printed within the function, which is 12. But as I have not written anything to the main, after coming from this function again I am going to print the value, which is again the value 2. Now let us see the output for the same. So here you can see clearly value of num before calling is 2, value of num in the called function it is modified, that is 12, and the value of the num after calling will again remain 2. But in this program, if you want to get the changed value outside the function, then you have to write one simple return statement. So if I write here return n, then this change is going to change my output after calling the num. So now in this case the value of num before calling is 2, When I call the function, inside the function it will be 12, and as I am returning that n, one more change I have to do. Instead of writing here now void, I have to write it as an integer. Okay, so modified value is 12 and that value I am going to return, and therefore again here also I have to do some modification, some variable, one variable I need to declare. So say num is equal to add num. Okay, now let us see the output. So see here, the value of num before calling is 2. Inside the function it is modified as a 12, and as I am returning the value from the function, again after calling the function the value will be 12. So this is how the parameter passing by value takes place in C programming. So if you like the video, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please share the video with your friends. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.